Right, 23 October 2025, and today I'm excited to be giving you the morning update where I share with you all the trending news in Zimbabwe and across our region. So let's get started. Today we've got a lot of stuff to cover, and I want to start with the key events for today, which is the trip by President Cyril Ramaphosa. So currently we've got two presidents in our region who are traveling abroad. So we've got President Cyril Ramaphosa traveling in Asia and President Maboko traveling in the Middle East. So President Ramaphosa is currently traveling to Indonesia, and I think he's also going to be in Malaysia and Vietnam. So that is President Cyril Ramaphosa. And then President Maboko is going to be in Oman, UAE, and if I'm not mistaken, Switzerland. So I'm going to confirm all these trips later on today. So we've got two presidents, all of them traveling on business. So that is our key events for today. And let's quickly look at Chiwenga. So Chiwenga is currently in Matabeleland, and Chiwenga is the man of the moment. Everything that is happening is around Chiwenga, and we're going to see a lot more taking place this week. Chiwenga is probably the most powerful vice president in the region. I don't think there's a vice president who is as powerful as Chiwenga. Chiwenga is currently in Matabeleland. Yesterday, he toured a project at Mnangwa, and he's continuing with his tour. So what is happening is that these projects were opened by Mnangwa in 2021, but they have stalled or they have failed. So this government project has actually failed. As you can see, there's nothing happening here. Look at that pond. There's almost no water here. When Mnangwa went there, he put some irrigation pipes and some tanks, but nothing is happening here. So Chiwenga did mention that this needs to be addressed, and I'll show you a video of Chiwenga speaking, just a brief video of it.
Kuti muwedzere zvinhu kana ari madomasi tobva taisaka mumagaba kaubva kana paya patinenge tisisina madomasi tovhura atakachengeta mumagaba handiti kana anga ari muriwo togadzira unogadzirwa zvakanaka kuti kwete ngota mufushwa yataita tinanikira pamaningi pamasaga asi inogadzirwa zvakanaka.
Okay, so that's Chiwenga over there trying to help the situation. So as I said, Chiwenga is going to be in Matabeleland. He's going to visit areas around, so you can see these areas, Gwanda, and then from there he's going to go down to Bridge over here. He's going to be visiting some projects such as the Gwanda Lithium mine, the Tuli-Manyange dam, the Garanyemba village business unit, and then yesterday I think it was Makorokoro, and then Nottingham and Palm Ridge energy projects. So Chiwenga going around and trying to fix whatever is broken in Matabeleland and running away obviously from the heat in Harare. It's very hot in Harare for Chiwenga. I do not see him lasting these next 2 months without a big event taking place around him, except if he does something quite big. Mnangwa is currently busy with ED 2030. And as you saw yesterday, I was here 4 or 5 times. We are going to be so busy when parliament process starts. So when the parliament process starts, we're going to be very busy. And tomorrow, we're going to update you on the next steps that I'm going to take. So it's going to be very interesting because I'll be over there. You'll be able to see all this stuff taking place in parliament. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Chiwenga, as I said, man of the moment. This man has done so much work over the past year. Chiwenga has stopped ED 2030, and he has also shaped the politics in Zimbabwe. So Chiwenga has gone down in history as one vice president who has done a lot. And it's not easy. Mnangwa is very strong. So to stop him it takes a lot. It takes a kind of man that has got a lot of power. So let's see how Chiwenga is going to maneuver these next few months. So the next 8 weeks are going to be critical. All right. So let's quickly now run into the news. Yesterday, Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu were found guilty, and sentencing is going to take place, I think, next week. It's not clear because there was some sort of disagreement in court. So today there will be more clarity on what is going to happen. And their lawyer, Maduku, did speak that they are going to appeal to the Supreme Court and then to the Constitutional Court. So this is the family here of Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu. They left very late at the court, and very sad to see that these guys have been convicted. They've already been in jail for 16 months, and this whole case started in 2021 over a goat project. However, the real case is that they had a fight with Wicknell Chivayo. Sorry, Wicknell, with Wicknell. Yeah, they had a fight with Wicknell over here. They were close friends. And they did leak a certain audio which landed them in jail. And unfortunately, this cannot be addressed. It's personal. So it's a very personal issue. Then Wicknell himself has traveled to Kenya, where he met and signed the book of condolences for the late Raila Odinga. You can see him here with the President William Ruto. He also met the wife of Ruto, and he also met the Minister of Energy, Honorable Opiyo Wandanyi, according to his LinkedIn. So Wicknell is doing very well on LinkedIn. I think he's trying to move away from Facebook. So if you go to Wicknell's LinkedIn, you're going to see a lot. He writes long, long compositions over there. So I was watching it, and it's very interesting to watch Wicknell and what he's doing over there. It's said that in Zimbabwe, we don't have more successful people. We probably have 2 or 3 people with money. The rest are just struggling. And then the South African government has welcomed the decision by Zimbabwe to allow maize imports. So that is John Steenhuisen has issued a statement welcoming that Zimbabwe is now accepting maize imports. That is starting, I'm sure that is yesterday or this week, the Zimbabwean government finally agreed that we don't have enough maize, and they've allowed maize imports, which means the South African farmers are now able to sell their maize into Zimbabwe. They are so excited about this new development. Okay, let's now go into the newspapers. I'm going to start with South African newspapers. The Business Day is covering today the rise in inflation in South Africa. So I mentioned last week that inflation is going to go up in South Africa. The reason being, people are going into assets. They're going into shares. They're going into property. So there's no production taking place in the country. The small businesses are not coming up, and big businesses are closing. So when big businesses make money, they take it and they put it in shares. And the stock exchange of South Africa has gone up by over 30% in the past few months. Now look at this rise in share price. So these are the gold miners, and this is Goldfields and Ashanti, Anglo Gold Ashanti. This is what we call a parabolic. So the way that the shares have gone up, and all this money just coming in with no production, people are buying property, people are buying shares, and inflation is going to start going up because of this. And at the moment, when people were looking at inflation going down, it's actually going up. So that is a key development in South Africa for this week. And obviously, I think that is one of the reasons why President Cyril Ramaphosa is traveling to Asia, where the Americans have slapped sanctions on South Africa. They've also put tariffs on South Africa. So South Africa is seeking new markets in the East, and that is why President Ramaphosa is over there. Because AGOA is not yet been renewed. That is my understanding of the current situation with South Africa and the USA. So let's go to another newspaper. We're going to look at the Herald newspaper, and then let's see what's in the Herald newspaper on Thursday. Is probably one of the biggest newspapers because it's a business day. So they do a lot of business on Thursdays. So if you've got $2, you spend your dollar on Thursday, and you spend another dollar on Sunday, on the Sunday Mail. Those are the two biggest newspapers in Zimbabwe on those two particular days. So let's see what they're saying today. They're leading with the story of Comic Elder. So Comic Elder has been given a car by Mnangwa. So that is Tadiwanashe Leroy Sawari, popularly known as Comic Elder, was given a car and some cash by Mnangagwa and a plaque for his good work. So I don't know what he does exactly. Like I don't watch him, but I know that he's very popular. He was given a car yesterday, a double cab. And then what else happened here? So we did broadcast live. So I was streaming this live, and all of you guys saw it. Chwienga was not here. That was very strange for me to see Chwienga not here, because youth, that is where you get your votes. So I don't know how Chwienga is going to connect with these people, but I don't know the strategy of Chwienga when it comes to what he attends and what he doesn't attend. Then Old Mutual bosses, they met with Mnangagwa. So you can see the president received a gift from Old Mutual, International Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Jury Stridom. So this meeting, we covered it yesterday. And then Mnangagwa signed the book of condolences at the Kenyan embassy in Harare. Okay, so I think that is clear. We've covered this. Moses Mpofu and Mike Chimombe. And then happy birthday to Mutuma Pongwaja. He's turning 107 years old today. One of the oldest people in the whole earth. He's probably one of the oldest people on earth. And this comes after a certain person prophesied that he was going to die, and he hasn't died. And that person is very embarrassed right now for offering that prophecy. But I won't mention his name. Then let's go to other things. President to upgrade boost Mpilo. I don't know what this is about. Presidential upgrade boost from Mpilo. So that is an upgrade of the hospital. And as you're aware, on Saturday, Mnangagwa is going to be officiating at an event, an anti-sanctions march, which is going to take place on Saturday. Right, I think this is what I wanted to cover. Who is this young lady? All right, this is Stacy Dombo Zuku. Stacy Dombo Zuku, what has she done? Veteran theater practitioner and director at Peter Churu's one-hander titled 40 Days featuring actress Stacy Dombo Zuku will be in the spotlight this week in Harare. So if you guys are in Harare, go check this out. You can read it inside of the Herald newspaper. And then Parliament of Zimbabwe annual charity golf tournament. Go and check it out. All the players are listed here. As I said, this is the biggest newspaper of the week, so you can go and look at it. And then a lithium power prospect to build 70 megawatt solar plant. And what is this graph? I love graphs. This is the ZIG inflation. Guys, this is true. Zimbabwe is going through the most. If you're in business in Zimbabwe, you cannot sell anything. There is no business. So those who are in business, they know what I'm talking about. You can sell almost nothing. The market is dead. So inflation will certainly go down if there's no business. So when there's no business, there's too little money chasing too many goods. That is what is happening right now in Zimbabwe. Normally when you've got inflation, you've got too much money chasing too little goods. In Zimbabwe, it's too little money chasing too many goods. The market is dead. And let's see what has happened to the stock exchange. If you want to see that Zimbabwe's economy is dead, try to go into retail. All the guys who are selling, they are struggling very badly. The only people who are doing well are the banks, because the banks are criminals. So the banks are criminals. They charge you so much for nothing. So let's look at the stock exchange here. I don't even want to go into this. I'll do an analysis one day. These numbers are crazy. They are crazy. Look at those zeros. Zimbabwe is a joke. The Zimbabwe Stock Exchange is a joke. Look at those numbers. I cannot believe it. Look at those volumes. And I think I used to watch this and track it every day, but I've stopped. I've stopped tracking it. I don't even know which is Victoria Falls Stock Exchange, which one is Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. It's crazy. Then let's go into the Chronicle newspaper. Yesterday was a very interesting story regarding the lecturer salaries. I'm sure the lecturers want to know what is happening. We're going to be tracking that every single day. Chronicle Zimbabwe, youth age to lead Zim digital revolution. So they're leading with the same story of getting a double cab. And then Vice President Chiwenga, as I said, here traveling in Matabeleland, you can see it here, will stop migration for mineral jobs, VP Chwienga. So the government's transformative programs are primed to impact communities in a manner that should put a stop to the continued migration of youth to other countries in search of mineral jobs. So Chwienga is right, but let me tell you something. If you go into South Africa, the top jobs are also with Zimbabweans. So it's not just the mineral jobs, it's the top and the bottom. So we need our people who are also in top jobs to come back home for our country to do well. So one of the things that ZANU-PF needs to do is to attract people back home, because it's not just those people who are cleaning, it's also people that can strategize. You need new strategies, you need people that can build, you need architects, you need engineers, you need all these people back home, not just the people at the bottom. So Chwienga and Mnangwa, they need to work on that, not only at the bottom. And then let's look at Sowetan. And people do want to come home. People want to come home. They're struggling, especially in the UK. People are going without even lunch. Right. Lefusi was pushed to shut down Amapanyaza. So public protest report found that Gauteng government acted outside the law in creating the unit. Premier Lefusi says wardens will be trained and they join other law enforcement agents. So there's obviously some changes. A lawyer has, or the public protector has said this must be closed or shut down. And then Judge Zuma must pay the state nearly 30 million in legal fees. So Jacob Zuma is going to have to pay. Let's see if there's anything else of interest here. I'm just looking at sharing housework is the first work towards ending abuse. So you and your wife must wash the plates together. That is what is being said here. I know most of you guys have never cooked in a long time. So this is the Sowetan newspaper, very big. Go check it out. If you've got access, you can check it out. And then UNISA is opening. So if you want to join UNISA, the Master of Business Leadership, Master of Business Administration, Doctor of Business Leadership, you can now apply at UNISA and you can go on their website, that's unisa.ac.za, SBL. I studied here. This is one of the best university degrees. The Master of the Business Leadership of UNISA is the best because you study with other companies, directors. So I was in my group, I had directors, so a group of 12, and it was executives from many different companies. And you learn a lot. It's like you're on a board. So you learn a lot to go and join UNISA. That is one of the best universities which you can study at. And then let me end with the Star newspaper. And then we'll go to Zambia. So the Star, let's see what it's saying here. Right, so this is the Madlanga Commission. They're continuing the Madlanga Commission. Let me see if there's anything else of interest. The matrics are writing the exams. And this newspaper is looking so bad. I don't know why it's got all those red things on it. Parliament demands transparency on Eskom's 5.7 billion smart meter rollout. And then the Schreiber, Leon Schreiber, unveils the initiative for addressing the SA community in The Hague, Netherlands, where the Department of Home Affairs has launched a new dedicated service center that is dramatically reduced passport turnaround times from 18 months to just a few weeks. So when I get my South African passports, it takes very little, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. And it's crazy. In Zimbabwe, I don't know how long it takes. I'll probably be getting my passport from Zimbabwe very soon. But when you get a South African passport, it's so quick. I don't know how they do it. And the ID is even quicker, very, very quick. Then let's look at Zambia. So I want to go to Zambia, and then I'll probably end with a very sad story. Some sad stories happened, which all of you guys are aware of. So let's look at Zambia. So in Zambia, Namasinda surrenders. Who is Namasinda? So let's go and see why Namasinda is surrendered in Zambia. So I'm displaying now. So Zambia is very interesting. It's very big, but it's also very small. So the same characters are always in the news. Nakasinda surrenders, vows to keep exposed the UPND government injustices it perpetuates. And then ECZ goes after liars. That is the evangelical. So the Electoral Commission of Zambia has announced plans to summon stakeholders who have made what it calls unsubstantiated allegations concerning the ongoing national voter registration exercise. So that is the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And guys, as you are aware, we have successfully managed to notify ZEC that we're going to be contesting the elections. So in future, you're going to be seeing my face on the ballot. That will be interesting. President Gambakwe. It's going to be interesting. I hope that Chiwenga will be contesting and Chamisa. And Kwadza, very too. They don't have a plan. So both of them, Chiwenga and Chamisa, I hope that they're on the ballot paper in future, and you see what is going to happen. They're going to lose so badly to me. Then let's go to the comments, and then we'll go to our people. In fact, let's go to our people, and then we'll go to our comments. We're going to start with Madam Boss. Something bad has happened to her. So let's see what has happened. People called me and say, Gambakwe, do you see your favorite person? What she's saying. So let me show you what has happened. So apparently, Madam Boss has a brain tumor. Let's see if it's true. So there's the dog. There's the dog. There is Comic Elder. Let's go down. Okay, let's go. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm not seeing it. Someone told me that she said she's got a brain tumor. Yes, she's got a curable blood in the brain. So that is what has happened. She's announced that she's got a curable blood in the brain. So I don't know what this is about.
I don't know how many times I've survived without telling anyone. I don't know how many times I've made it this far. How many times I've gotten up in the morning.
Okay,
and how
so I
many
think that
times
is
I've
something you
knocked
can
on the
watch.
door while that
She got some kind of brain tumor or brain blood or curable blood in blood brain. So go check it out on the pages. Then let's see what other people have published today. Let's go to Minnie. Minnie, the things that Nagagwa is going to do to her is going to be shocking. The plan that Nagagwa has got for Minnie, I cannot believe it. It's going to be so bad. Then let's go to President Tumaboko. She didn't publish today. She's just waiting. Mnangagwa has got plans for Mnangagwa and Minnie. I don't know how they're going to deal with it. President Tumaboko in Oman, over here, you can see it. I like President Tumaboko. He's amazing. Look at his shirt. Look at him. He's like on top of this situation. And look at it. See, the Oman guys, the Oman Investment Authority welcomes President Advocate Duma Boko. This country knows how to attract and host people. When you go to Oman, they treat you like a king, even if you're not a king. Look at that. And their places are so beautiful. Look at the castles. Look at the bodyguard of Duma Boko. He's even walking around with a suitcase. He's full of cash. So go check it out. President Duma Boko, I like him. And what is he saying here? I want to show you the talking. Guys, when I tell you that some countries are amazing, check it out.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
My visit here today is the culmination of a series of engagements that began in July 2025. So we started our contact. I sent a team here that engaged with the Omani.
I'm sorry, guys. We have to stop the video. I can't watch it the whole time. So exciting. How beautiful some countries are. Do you see how other countries are so nice? Amazing stuff, Oman. Good job. They've done a great job with their country. I hope that our country will one day look so beautiful and neat. President Hakainde Hichilema, today we took time to join the Royal Highness Senior Chief Shakumbila of the Sala Ila speaking people. So that is President Hakainde Hichilema over here. I don't know what happened here. This is like a sad occasion over here. Zambia is huge, guys. One of the biggest countries is Zambia. Zambia, Botswana, Namibia. You can go for kilometers and kilometers. When I'm driving to Namibia and I'm in Zambia, I feel like I'm going to sleep because the road is so long and the road is so straight. It's unbelievable. And I don't know how they can fix that situation for me because you need the bends over there. Let's look at Sanyatwe. So you need a bends to make it without crashing because I go for kilometers and kilometers and it's straight. So she's not posted anything new and we're going to go to X. The reason why I do this, I don't want you to go the whole day without knowing what these people are posting. And it's not everyone who is on different platforms. So today I wanted to look at Chamisa. Chamisa is not going to launch. Tomorrow we're going to show you what we're going to do. It's so amazing and interesting. So let's look at Nelson Chamisa. Maduku is doing so well. And it's crazy that Maduku is starting to be someone that actually looks presidential. That's crazy. I cannot believe it. That Maduku is starting to look like someone is presidential. It's because of the vacuum that has been created in our country. Now let's look at First Lady of Zimbabwe. First Lady, I was honored to welcome His Excellency Mohammed Sud, Ambassador of Algeria. I think this is an old thing. I covered this yesterday. So she just posted it. I saw the ambassador talking. There are some ambassadors I've never talked to, but there's some ambassadors that I talked to also. So I've never talked to the ambassador of Algeria. Then let's look to Opa Muchunguri. Wa Opa Muchunguri. Wakashiri. Warikuti Kudi. Wa Opa. She was there yesterday with Mnangwa. Opa Muchunguri is the most interesting person ever. I cannot believe it. She is going to be a vice president one day, one way or the other. You saw Themba Mliswa saying that she's going to be vice president. So she said, let it accompany His Excellency President Dr. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa this afternoon at the official opening of the inaugural Youth Empowerment Symposium at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show Business Hub, formerly Harare Agricultural Showgrounds. So that is amazing. Go and check it out. These people are on X. They are busy. And if you're not on X, if you don't have a social media platform, you are in trouble. If you don't have a social media presence, Opa Muchunguri knows how to use social media. Wa Opa Muchunguri, wana your Twitter, na wakashiri. So no social media that posted. He's never going to launch anything. Shakapera sesipo ye gesha. I'd like to think that I've covered everything. So we said Chiwenga is currently in Matabeleland is going to be there for the next 3 days. On Saturday, we are hoping to see Chiwenga and Mnangwa and see the body language as they are together. So for the first time, the two men have not sat down together. Ever since the Politburo meeting, they have been avoiding each other. Chiwenga has been traveling. He makes sure that doesn't go to the same place where Mnangwa is. So now he's in Matabeleland. And at the same time, for the first time, we're going to see Tagwire over there at the national SADC anti-national sanctions. I don't know what sanctions they're talking about because there are no sanctions. So we'll see what they're going to do, the two of them. And sorry, Gambakwe wants to, or thinks they must always be seen together, otherwise they are avoiding each other. Oman is a bad country. Most Zimbabweans were taken and dying, working as slaves. Research your stuff before broadcasting. Hala, let me tell you something. Don't go to Oman looking for a job. You understand? Don't go to Oman looking for a job. I have dealt with these cases that you're talking about. I'm not oblivious of the situation. I know what is happening in Oman. But you don't need to go to Oman to look at a job. Especially one where you're paid 500 rands. Like the other people are paid so little. The girls who are in Oman, when I told them to come back, I personally dealt with it. I'm out of batch. When I told them to come back, they refused. They literally refused to come back. So I'm going to have to end this because I didn't realize that I was running out. So they literally refused to come back. There is a group of Zimbabweans right now who are stuck in Oman, refusing to leave the country. Similar in Dubai and UAE. They are refusing to leave. They say they would rather live in Dubai than come home. So don't make this a general thing. These are good countries. But when you go there, don't go there as a slave. So don't go there and in every country, someone wants you to work for them for free. Similar here in South Africa, there are many Zimbabweans who are just loitering around, who don't work. That is what Chwienga is talking about, to say, don't go and do menial jobs. Ask the embassy of Zimbabwe. I talk to the ambassadors in Zimbabwe, in Oman, UAE, in all those countries, even in India. I talk to these ambassadors. There are many Zimbabweans who are just hanging around in those countries, not doing much. And it's very sad because our country is amazing. It's got gold. Do you know what has happened to the gold price? Do you know what has happened to tourism? But our Zimbabweans don't understand. They don't understand what we've got. Botswana is going there to look for money. They're not going there to look for work. I wonder who votes for someone who lives every day. Ngoma Peter, there's no president better than Gambakwe. Let me show you our manifesto. In short, our manifesto is scary. You know, Chikisa. This is Gutu. This is what Gutu is going to look like. This is where we're going to start. The first place we're going to fix is Gutu. And then you see the rest of the stuff. The military guys, they love me. The homecoming, tourism. We don't have people in the diaspora. By 2030, we don't want a single person in South Africa. Only 8 ministries. Devolution. I love devolution. We're going to make sure that every single person in every region, they have their own government or a little. Okay, I don't want to call it a government because it's not going to be a government. So what we're going to do is that each and every province is going to be in charge of its own budget, and there's going to be leadership in that province. You are going to find out that what we have now, which is centralization, is a problem. We're going to stop it. So if in Mulawa you are going to have leaders there who are in charge of the budget, you won't have a single point of failure. And that will be our job. The law is already in place. We just need to implement it. So the devolution law is already in place. We're going to make the governors or provincial, what you currently call ministers of devolution, much more powerful. So we'll make them almost like a president of a region. So each of those provinces, like South Africa, South Africa has got premiers. Here in Zimbabwe, what we're going to do, we're going to make them so powerful, they'll be able to run a budget. They'll be able to collect revenue. They'll be able to spend it. And each region will compete with another. Each province will compete with another. And people will be able to run away from one province to another. If you don't do well in a province, people will run away and go to another. and we won't have this centralization problem we have. Well-performing ministers like Sekuru Wangu, Wamasuka, they are going to do so well. They'll be like premiers in their provinces. All right, I want to bring this to an end. You wonder what picture I was displaying here. This is Dynamo's head of security, Abraham Gwanda, is featured in the H Metro newspaper today. You can go check it out. I've never seen him, but he looks very strong. Let's see if you guys can get some Mve. So please support our sponsor, Mve. You can get in Bulawayo, Harare, in Johannesburg, UK, and also Scotland and Ireland. We deliver for free. So you pay, you get a free delivery by DHL over there. And unfortunately, I won't be able to send you guys the new packet, the new tree. There's some quality issues that we've picked up. So one thing I can tell you guys, don't drink Mve that is not closed, that is not sealed. So our packet is completely sealed. If you open, you drink Mve that is open, that is not factory sealed. It's your own fault if something happens to you. So only buy from Gambakwe. That is the only sealed packet on the market. I've checked the factories, and that is that. That is that. Unotongwa Nema salad. So go over and buy. That's our numbers on the screen. And I would like to thank all of you guys for supporting us. Tomorrow, come here at 10 minutes past 9. We've got an important announcement to make, a life-changing announcement for our country that we're going to be making at 10 minutes past 9 tomorrow. That is very interesting. And I'm so sorry, you can see that my battery's out. So I have to go. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys a little bit later, maybe around midday. And a good day to you all.